Good evening. It is now 7 p.m. I will call the special Board of Selectmen meeting to order. Wednesday, April 12th, 7 p.m. All three selectmen are present. Suzanne and I are live here at the Cine Room, and Ken Beausoleil is zooming in virtually. We will move right into the business, which is transfer station fee discussion. Currently, our transfer station fees are $120, and there is discussion about increasing those fees. So to open up the discussion, I make a motion that we increase the fees for the transfer station by $30.
Just to be clear, Amy.
Yep.
You're looking at, if I remember in the past, and I could be wrong, that is just one of the increases that we were going to do it across the board appropriately.
You're right. Are you saying because the
You have
price? I just don't, I want to move into discussion, and I honestly don't know how to move into the discussion part without a motion of sorts, or can we just discuss the transfer station fees?
We can just discuss the transfer station fees.
Are you in agreement with that, Ken, without having a motion? Because I know.
I mean, it's on the agenda. I'm fine with discussing.
All right, so let's just move into what was proposed.
So take back your.
So I take back my motion. And there weren't any citizen comments listed on the agenda, and I didn't pick up on it until tonight. But since the crowd is relatively small, I do invite citizens to engage in this discussion with us. For the most part, it will be the selectmen, but I do invite the public to engage in the discussion. So back in January, the selectmen received a report from the Transfer Station Advisory Committee, making certain recommendations to increase the transfer station permit fee pricing the annual pricing for both regular and half year and senior citizen fees. So yeah, so now I'm just looking to see what the selectmen are thinking about moving forward with some type of potential increase.
Well, the most unfortunate thing is we as a Board of Selectmen have failed, because we had talked about this, in boards past, about instead of just dumping one large rate increase, that we just go up, modestly, every year, because as you would say, our costs of doing business go up, the recycling, the bulky waste, and obviously we haven't done anything in a few years.
Right.
So it does make it a very big impact if we had been doing our jobs and, address this every year accordingly. It would have been very minute, and we would have just, made corrections every budget season as the numbers changed. So that is on us for failing to deal with it. And of course, it makes it look like it's an awful huge increase.
Yeah, and to be clear too, the increase that is proposed by the Transfer Station Advisory Committee, $30 for the regular sticker, $15 increase for the senior sticker, and that's annual cost. Additionally, I know Bill Steglitz had put together a spreadsheet showing the revenues versus the expenses, which target that will be at about a $61,000 loss. For this year. What's projected for income is roughly $35,000 from the increase. If we recall, 43% of the permits are to senior citizens and 57% are the regular fee stickers. So that's important to note. So we're not looking to even bring us into the black, but just to help minimize some of the losses. So. And I, full disclosure, I'm in favor. I'm a business owner. If this was my business, I would be increasing the prices more. But I understand it's not a business. This is a service that the town provides to our townspeople, but it is only roughly half of the households that utilize the transfer station. So the rest of the households are likely purchasing their own private hauler fees. And we do know that that's about $175 per quarter on average. So that's my opinion. But we are a board, so happy to see where everybody else stands. Or any of the public too.
I have concerns with going from 120 to jumping to 130. It's with
You mean
inflation,
150?
150, I'm sorry, 120 to 150 with inflation, with tax increases, with everything that's going on. I think it may sound minimal, but maybe it's a hardship for some. I would rather see it go maybe up half of that. If we're looking at a projected 30, maybe 15 this year, 15 the next year, so that it's not such a hard hit. Or is that going to make a big difference when we're only selling how many, 1,000, 2,000
Well, if
permits?
you do half, that's roughly 17,500 is the difference,
Right.
is what will the increase will be roughly.
I mean, I did do some calculations that the increase would be 57 cents a week.
Mhm.
When you take the 30 over 52 weeks, if my math was correct from when we were looking at this several weeks ago.
Mhm.
When you look at it in that fashion, it is very, minute compared to what the private haulers are doing, and the advantages that we do have, for bulky waste recycling, bringing up brush and leaves and grass, of the kind as well, which is not something that you can do with the private haulers,
Right.
because they do have their limitations. So it is like I said, we did a disservice by not, addressing this on a annual, at our budget every season.
Right.
So it does make it look like it's, all of a sudden all at once.
So I'd like to hear, is there anybody in the list, any of the citizens that are here in the meeting, do you have any thoughts? Or anything you'd like to share? Valerie Clark.
Valerie Clark, 105 Elm Road. First, Ken is correct that it's 57 cents over 52 weeks. I have two questions. Ken brought up brush and also there's the mattress program. My understanding is that anyone can come in. They don't have to have a sticker to use those services. So it's not really part of the fee, and if I'm right on that. And I think I agree more with Suzanne in that if you stagger the increase, because looking at a $30 increase on 120 is a 25% increase.
Mhm.
So we do these half-year permits, and that's for seasonal people.
Generally,
It's seasonal.
yes.
So for all summer, they can dump their trash for $75. Maybe we should do away with the half-year permits to and do what did I say? A half the increase this year, do away with the half-year permits. $150 to dump your trash all summer is fairly cheap.
Mhm.
I think, if depending on if you're coming in May and you're leaving in October, some of them leave in October, some come in May.
How many half-year people are we talking? Are we also
60.
talking about snowbirds?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so people that spend half
How
their.
many of them?
What were you saying, Ken?
No, I was asking, what is the number of that? Do we know?
60.
And 32, so it's actually 97 people.
I
Okay.
was only
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
the seniors.
not the seniors. I wasn't looking at.
97 people.
Could do seniors too, I suppose, but.
Hmm.
So they're paying, half-year seniors are paying $35.
That's correct. In
Uh,
addition to, snowbirds or lake residents.
Right,
We do have some citizens who wait to get the half-year permit because they can't afford the full-year permit. So they may take 1 or 2 trips on a one-day pass, wait for May 1st, and then get a permit that will carry them through the next November 1st.
So because the renewal period, what Lynn was saying, because, and this is the way I'm assuming,
Yes.
because the renewal period is November, it's cold, so their trash doesn't smell. So they keep it until it starts to get stinky.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Oh. Valerie, what were you gonna say? Was your hand raised?
Sorry, trying to unmute, but I saw Al's hand go up, so I put
Oh,
mine
okay, I didn't see
down. I wanted to let him have a chance to speak.
Okay,
You've done in the past, if you go up $15, you're at weird number 35. When you do your half-year stuff, we do half of it rounded up to the next 5 year to make it
Sure.
easy, which would be $70 in this case, for seniors.
but technically we could make the half year a little bit more
Yes.
than just half or even round it up.
It's fun for both that and
Yeah.
students.
Okay, right,
And just for, you don't want your staff to be playing with,
Quarters.
right,
Yes, right now, if it's half year, it's 75 for a regular household. So 120, and then it goes to 75. The seniors would be 60 for a full year, 35 for a half year.
okay.
I think even though the numbers look like, 97 out of roughly 2,000, that's 5%. I think that 5% of the population would be really affected by not having the option of a half year permit.
affected in what way? I mean, if they could hire a removal service to come and pay
Well, so could everybody.
100, right? No, yeah, no, I'm saying if they're affected because of finances,
Yeah, I think the perception may be that they're paying for a full year and using it for a half year, so doing away with a half year, they have a negative.
do other towns have half years?
In Woodstock, they have a lake rate for part of the year. I don't think they extend that to their regular households. And I'm not familiar with the numbers in Woodstock of how many households in Woodstock use their transfer station.
Ken, what do you think of eliminating the half year?
Are you speaking to me?
Yeah, what do you think of Suzanne's idea about eliminating the half year?
Well, the other alternative to that would be just to, make that increase. And I was just looking at the numbers. We're currently charging 75, round that out to 100, and make the other one going from 35 to 50.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a thought. I mean, if you're going up, half year permit, I don't think it's that difficult to deal with, per se. Just go up more in the half year.
Okay. So
That would be my thinking.
make it less of a half year.
Make it less enticing for
Right.
people who save their trash all winter.
Right. Might be easier for them just to buy a full sticker. Valerie?
Yeah, and I was going to ask about the half-year prices versus what it costs to do a half year of showing up on a day permit once a week? And is there
A day is $15 each trip.
Did you
The
hear
one
that?
day permit's 15.
15, yeah.
okay, thank you, that helps. Yeah, and I feel like, yes, you should go up on your half permit, but I wouldn't eliminate it.
Right. Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to do the half year, you could do 90 and 50, which would be a 15 increase there on both.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking at the 130? If we increased it to 130?
Well, increase the, you mean single family?
Yeah,
Be from 120, if you split it in half, you're looking at 30, then you would raise it by 15,
okay, so 135.
right?
So then
And-
regular plus extra sticker would be 150.
What, raising the price of the sticker?
Well, no, because there's a second sticker. There's the second sticker fee is $15 currently.
No, I wouldn't raise that. I was against
Right.
having that
Yeah,
charge
but
to begin with.
all I'm saying is you kept it at 15. I'm going down, so I'm in the second, do you have you have this sheet that had the increase amounts? I'm just trying to go line by line. So if we took Suzanne's suggestion of 135, then regular plus one extra sticker would be 150. A half year
I would do 100 personally.
for 100.
I would,
For a half year,
yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that as well.
Okay, and then a half year plus one would be 115. And then the senior rate. Do we make that 70? It's a $10 increase from what they have now versus 15.
So I would increase the half year rate and the plus one.
Yep, well, we're at 135, 150.
No,
The-
senior half year.
Oh,
I'm
the
saying.
senior?
Yeah, I went down to the next one.
Well, okay, what about the regular senior?
I don't
now?
know. I'm on the fence on that one. How many do we have? We have quite a few seniors.
Yeah, it's 40,
Yeah,
almost
so
half.
But it's only going up half.
But but what we're saying is in the past, Al said they would take the half price, which would be 67.50. And they rounded
So
up,
make it
so that would be 70.
okay, so 70.
Sure.
And
Yeah, you
then,
don't want yeah, I agree with, not playing with quarters, et
Right.
cetera.
so then the 70 plus one would be 85, and then the half year senior, what do you think for that?
I would bump it up. So we're at
So
100 for a full
60?
year, so 60, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. And then 75. So what we're looking at is,
And where is that gonna put us?
well, we won't know.
If
Yep.
if the full year senior is 70 and that's the
Yeah.
half year senior is 60, that's only $10 difference.
For what? I'm sorry, the half year?
If the half year was at 60 and the full year was at 70,
Yeah.
that's just a $10 difference.
Yeah, but if you take 135 divided by 2, you get 67.50, so we bumped it up to 70.
Yeah.
No, but for the senior.
Yeah, half your
Oh,
senior.
yeah.
Yes.
But half year senior.
So the half year senior now is 35. You want to,
Oh, you're right. I see what you're saying.
or do you want it, there's only a $10 difference between full year and half.
I was,
Oh,
I
okay.
was fine with 60.
So what about? Yeah, I know, but it is, I see what I'm saying. It's not gonna make much sense at $10.
You may have more people buying full year.
Yeah, you could do, whatever, it's. Yeah, you might have people do the full year if you push it to 60, and it's only $10 more.
but that's their option.
So
Right.
that's their option, so that's maybe, I don't know, maybe you eliminate the half year senior.
No, I don't think we should eliminate it.
So what are you suggesting, it be at 50? I mean, no,
Hold on, I'm just thinking.
it's not half, it's 35, so it's half plus.
I feel like I'm at an auction. This is
I
Valerie.
know. I'm sorry that we don't have numbers up on the screen. What do you think?
45, 45?
Does anyone have a paddle with a number?
I was leaning towards the 50. I was leaning
yeah.
towards the 50 and the 65.
Okay.
Excuse me, it's Karen.
Yep.
Karen.
Karen Gerlach, 94 Tuft Hill Road. Why don't you just eliminate the half-year senior? If somebody can have two houses, they can afford the half-year rate.
Well, I see where you're.
That was kind of
saying
my
that.
thought when I heard that snowbirds couldn't afford a, you know.
Well, but
a
they're not
full-time.
all, but they're not necessarily all snowbirds, but. I know what you're saying, Karen. In the same respect, if we took half of so if we took half of the half year for the regular price is $50.
What?
Here, I have it written out. It's hard to discuss it. See how this is half year for the regular price for the average person? Half of that is 50. I don't know.
I would eliminate.
Why don't we
It affects
eliminate it?
32 people. It affects, yeah, 32 people.
It only affects 32 people. Lynn,
Eliminate the senior half year.
you sell the stickers. You see the people that come in. I want to do what's right by the people.
Yeah,
I don't want to hurt anybody.
yes, I know, and there's a balance to be had that we want the transfer station to survive
Right.
financially.
Yes.
So if we look at, in our homes, we reduce, reuse, recycle, but as a system, it has to be environmentally sound, it has to be efficient, which I think there's been great strides made in that way. It has to be equitable. So I don't know how much we want to away with an option that people have enjoyed in the past, that they've seen as a benefit.
Even if it's only 32 people.
Out of almost 10,000 in town that could use it.
But that's up to the board.
Right.
But if the half year price for senior was not too far off the full year price, then you could all move into full years.
Right. As long as they had the option still.
Yes.
And maybe when you sell them, you say, you know, for $10 more, you can get the full year.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna say, well, why? I'm not here full year. I don't know.
And there's times where I don't go to the transfer station for 3 weeks. So everybody, out of these 2,000 permits, there are 2,000 stories
Right.
and situations.
Oh, yeah.
You get to hear them all.
Well, if. If everybody's getting a $15 increase,
So that would, a rough would be around 26,355. Just the increase.
well, we were at 35,000, so we've cut that in half, so it's less than.
I'm saying,
Oh,
I did the increases. If we, with the projected increases that we just discussed, with $50, with 135 for a regular permit, the +1, the half year +1, you know, just these, it would be around 26,355 that we would bring in above and beyond what we're currently, the revenue side, which would help to offset the loss a little bit, you know, some. I mean, that's obviously a pretty rough, because I just did it on my calculator with,
well, what did you?
And we gonna do anything with the 1-day pass?
No, what did you want to do with the 1-day pass, Ken? I'm sorry.
No, it was another fee that was there. That's why I was asking.
Where is that?
It's right under the half-year permits, 1-day pass, currently at 15.
Oh, you're looking at the actual brochure. No, I
Yeah,
don't,
correct.
I
How
don't
many
want to
do you
change the
sell?
1-day pass. I want to keep that because we've used that for other things.
Yeah.
Different people use that at different times.
Yes, and sometimes people are using that instead of buying a permit because they can't get the permit.
Were you
place.
thinking you wanted to increase that, Ken?
Well, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean,
Oh, okay.
the other thing that you can do, and it makes sense. If somebody comes in for a 1-day pass and they do it, 6, 7 times during the year, they're almost paying for, you let it build up. So if I
Right.
did 5 1-day passes, that's $75. For another, whatever it is, if they're a senior,
Right.
they get the full year pass. And you just make them full year. If that happens.
Right. And we've done that in the past.
We have-
Right.
We do that.
There's
Yeah.
Thing to consider in that discussion, though, it used to be that the 1-day passes were only sold in the tax collector's office. Now they're also sold at the transfer station. For tracking a person through that might be more difficult.
Right. Sure.
I'm not sure if they take names and plate numbers when they sell a 1-day pass at the transfer station.
Right.
Well, they should do something because I mean, it's a 1-day pass and, the person may be coming back, several times during that day. And at some point it may end up being where it's actually, you're getting to tonnage now.
6 months worth of trash.
Mhm.
No, I'm talking in a 1-day pass.
That's what I'm saying. They're bringing in 6
Well-
months worth of trash in
Well,
one
they're
day.
still, but they still count the bag. You can't keep coming in the transfer station. Dakota, who's the newest employee, has been very good at monitoring.
Yeah.
So. And it's still the 6-bag limit is what they try to enforce. So if somebody was coming in with a whole trailer load, they'd be called out. Would they be able to stop them? Potentially not, but.
Well, I
I
have a
see where
problem
you're
with
going
the
with that.
6-bag rule. And the reason for that is not everybody goes every week.
Right,
I agree with that, Ken.
Sometimes people may not go for 3 weeks due to weather or they're on vacation, whatever the case may
well, in
be.
the winter,
And they've
that's,
got 20 bags or they're, you get the spring cleanup and a lot of us do spring cleanup.
The
So
other
you're
thing,
gonna do, as
well,
long as it isn't bulky, they may
well,
be.
the
in
problem
75.
is that bulky gets put into those bags. So it's a much more complicated issue than what you're making. It's not just people's household trash, and that is the problem. So, and that's why they feel the bags sometimes, at least when Al was there, he used to, because sometimes people put bulky waste into trash bags.
And it's appropriate to check the load coming in.
Right, exactly.
I have no problem with that.
I said,
Yes,
actually, when Leo was running, he said, anything you can fit in a plastic bag can go into MSW.
Hmm,
Yeah.
You have to go in bulk.
well,
well,
I'm just letting you know.
I know, but if you're putting iron or steel into a MSW bag, it's a problem. Because it can also affect the compactors.
Yeah.
So. But anyways, we digress. We digress. So right now, currently what we're looking at and what we've discussed is we have a regular sticker at 135, a half-year sticker for 100. We have the senior sticker, the full year sticker at 70 and the half-year senior at 50. That's what I have for my notes currently.
that's what I have. And then the increase with the extra sticker.
Right, the $15 for the second
Yep.
sticker stays across the board.
Yeah.
Change. Do we want to consider increasing the price of the 1-day pass?
I just threw it out there. It doesn't matter.
How
I
many?
don't think they sell that many of them.
That's what I was asking. How many, if you have any idea?
I know I get a monthly total from Kelly. It's usually.
Oh, because they're selling them there now
They're
too.
selling them there. I know the last month was 18 of
Oh,
them.
wow.
I'm gonna look back. See some of the previous
Spring
years.
cleanup.
Yeah,
So, It used to be over 100 when we were selling them in the tax collector's office. 116, 187, 166, 117, so it varied a lot.
Mhm.
So I would probably use 150 as
Is the
as
total?
an estimate, but that number is reported as revenue when it comes from tipping fees at the transfer station. It's not in the permit line from the tax collector's office.
Oh, okay.
So there's coming in different ways.
So all of the one-day passes don't go to the permit fees, they go to tipping fees
I,
on the revenue side.
so.
Yeah, okay. Al,
I think the 1 day fee went up not that long.
did it?
It went up in 2018.
Oh, 2018, 5 years ago.
It was either, if you had a car, it was $5. If you had an open truck, it was $10. And in 2018, any vehicle went to $15.
And are these individuals residents of town?
Yes, anyone who brings something to the transfer station, they're either a resident or the trash was created in Thompson. That's the criteria.
And it's a one-time, they can go one time during the day?
They can
Or-
go as often as they want during that one day with that one pass. But however, if they're bringing in like a refrigerator
Well,
or a couch, they're paying. for
Right,
that.
right.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't,
that's- you're-
On top.
I don't have a problem with going up to $20 for that. I didn't realize we were doing like 150 in a year kind of thing.
Yeah. Ken, what were you gonna say?
No, I was looking, I had put down in my notes before raising that by 5. From 15 to 20.
Okay. No, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts, Valerie?
I just want to put in a suggestion that you apply that 12.5% increase that Suzanne proposed and round up on all of them. And I think that would bring your 1 day to 20. But just do it as a flat percentage increase and then round up to get the dollars, easy to make change.
Okay. Does that change what we already have on Valerie's suggestion? I mean, because right now we're at 135, 100, 70, and 50, and 20 for the 1 day pass.
No, I think it's fair what we have. Percentage wise, I don't know. I'd have to go through each one.
Well, I'll make a motion after after all this discussion, that we're kind of meeting in the middle. We're not going to the full amount that was suggested, but that we would increase the regular sticker fee from $120 to $135. The half-year regular amount from $75 to $100. The senior fee from $60 to $70. And the half-year senior from $35 to $50. And then additionally, I motion that we increase the 1 day pass from $15 to $20. And that across the board, the second sticker would remain at $15.
An additional.
An additional $15. I make that motion.
Okay, and I'll second that.
Okay, any other discussion on this topic?
I would like to somehow not change the motion, but make a note or a note on the calendar that we review this again in 1 year before the next budget cycle, so that we have another small increment increase of some kind, so that because I know that's going to make Bill happy.
Well, I think the bigger thing with that, to continue the discussion on that topic, is currently Woodstock is $200 for a regular fee and $105 for a senior. Pomfret would have to go out privately to a private hauler, or there's 50 households in Pomfret that get to use Woodstock's transfer station at $250. Killingly is $80 for a regular and $40 for a senior, plus $5 per bag. If you were to assume one bag per week, that would be $340 for a regular pass and $300 for a senior yearly pass. Putnam is going to be, as of July 1, $5 per bag. If you assumed one bag per week, that's $260 annually. Webster is similar, plus there's a $1 bag. It's identical to Putnam, but there's a $1 bag for recyclables. So without a doubt, we are still providing our taxpayers a fair way to dispose of their trash. So we are still providing a major service at a very reasonable cost compared to our outlying towns. So, and we want to be able to keep the transfer station vibrant and usable. We do have some repairs that are going to be necessary in the coming years. Some compactors that need to be replaced. The swap shack is in dire need. It needs to just come down and replaced with something. So Joe has a lot of plans and we hope to execute those. So this increase really just serves as a means to help ensure that the transfer station can be viable and these repairs can take place over the next couple of years. So I personally think this is extremely fair. Without impacting everybody in a major way in one year. So yeah, I agree that we should revisit it next year and yeah.
Here's some food for thought. Because I'm afraid that, you know, future boards may not look at it.
Right.
You know, we compromise and basically split this in half this year.
Mhm.
There's nothing stopping us, and I'm just throwing it out for discussion as part of this, is to do it this year, raise it again for next year.
So you want us to potentially, so we could vote on this increase and then have a discussion about raising it for next year.
No, this part of this motion could be
Oh,
that
okay.
that you, and I'm just throwing it out as conversation.
Yep.
Because we missed it for 3 years and didn't do anything with it. And, you know, every board, has erred to, with restraints. You know, we can justify, the cost, and that even the other haulers are going to continue to go up to everything. And
Right.
we want to keep it viable. So it's just food for thought that we possibly could, take the other half in this motion and add it in for the following year. And
I'd like
if you
to
want
see, I'd like to kind of do some comparison of the budgets and because the goal is not to make money.
Right.
The goal is to
to keep it viable.
and keep it.
And to be able to make the repairs that
And
are
be able to make,
necessary.
so I kind of would like to see where it's come out in the last couple of years. If it flat, has it been flat? Has there been a deficit? Is there a, sort of a little bit of a comparison so that we can actually have a better understanding of where it's come from to where we're at today, so to speak, not that far back.
Yeah, this is just this current year.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll just put the onus on the next board for the next year to
Well, we could always
make sure they look at it.
We could take a peek at it again in the fall ourselves.
Of course we can, yes. In 6 months, let's take a look at and see where we're at. July is when they renew
No,
that?
they don't renew until November, so we
Oh, it's
won't
November?
know how it all works out. Right.
During October.
So it's it's a sticker for 1 year. All right, so.
I don't know. I like Ken's idea. Ugh,
We have a motion on,
I know.
But we can look at what the costs have been escalating to between now and the fall.
Yeah, let's do a deeper analysis and then we can revisit it. I would like to
So-
just say move forward and add something to next year, but
I just threw it out as a conversation piece.
no, and I think it's great. I think it's a great idea.
But if we all agree that come, September, October, we may have a decent handle on, what is going on,
Yeah.
we'll be, 8 months into this.
Yeah, we'll have
And
a
to see what the expenses are.
we'll have a better feel too. We just started, we're no longer transporting into Massachusetts because they were requiring us to get additional licensing and permits. So we're now hauling to Lisbon and Willimantic, so that will be a true test or a true show of, the next few months we'll be able to get a better feel for how much that's going to cost us.
Well,
with
Lisbon is definitely further to travel.
it is.
I mean, we always did pay road usage fees, I think between Auburn and whatever that we had to pay on the vehicle.
Right, so,
so we may, project that it will cost another $15 a permit, but in actuality, it may be underestimating the cost of the increases, and we may be back at the table again,
right.
changing the emotion
Or just for getting ready for the following year.
yeah.
Because
Did
like,
the,
it's not meant to be a moneymaker. It is a
no,
service.
definitely not. But
So-
we are traveling further, definitely to Lisbon, even though it's on the highway.
Right.
Was
And Willimantic,
the
Ken, is a terrible drive.
yes, it is. Did the tipping fees change at all going to Lisbon?
I think it's going to end up being slightly less,
I thought.
but I have to double check.
Even if it's slightly less, it'll cost more in fuel to get
More in
there.
fuel and wear and tear on the truck too.
Correct.
So,
All right, well, I'm fine with moving the question as it is.
okay. Any other discussion on this motion as presented? Suzanne, did you second that motion when I made the motion? I
Did
have to
I?
make notes.
I
on it.
did.
Okay. All right, sorry, I have to give notes to Marie so she can write up the minutes. All right, so any other discussion on the
wait.
motion that was made?
Lynn,
Oh, Lynn,
Could you specify that these rates would be for the permit year starting in the fall of 2022?
correct. So starting for fall.
For the renewals.
So I'm gonna amend my motion, all of the items that I named off, but that they will come into effect in the fall of 2023 at the next renewal period. Oh, I amended that motion.
oh, I'm second,
Okay.
so
So I guess I withdrew my
Sec-
first motion.
I'm seconding
Phil's
something.
laughing at me. Do you rescind your first section?
Sure.
Now you're gonna second my adjustment.
And then I'm gonna second
My
the
amended,
amended,
We're back at.
as amended.
we're back to the auction, Valerie. All right.
What did I just buy?
All right, so all in favor of adopting the new fee structure to commence in fall of 2023, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion passes. We will calculate a rough estimate of what this is going to be, and we'll have that ready for the Board of Finance tomorrow night. All right,
Motion to adjourn?
Suzanne has a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Ken has the second. It is 7:45 PM. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
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 Aye. Thanks, everybody. We're adjourned.
Can we